I'm Kris Kobach, Secretary of State of Kansas, and Russell Pearce, Senator from Arizona. We collaborated in the drafting of this law. After watching the oral arguments today, I feel very confident that the arrest provisions in Section 2 of the law are, and I don't see any way that the court is going to strike them down based on the questions we saw. I also believe that the court is going to uphold the other provisions of the law, including the registration documents provision, as well as the employment provisions. There was pointed questioning by the justices, and as you know, based on the time we walked out of that building, the court went over for half an hour. And one of the questions that Justice Scalia continually asked to Solicitor General Verrilli was, Solicitor General, can you give me one example, one case where this court has said that the federal government's refusal to enforce federal law preempts the states? Verrilli had no case. He could not answer that question because there is no case. Never before has the federal government's willful refusal to follow the law, although they couch that in terms of our strategies and priorities about which laws we enforce, never before has that refusal to enforce federal law resulted in preempting the states from enforcing their own laws that mirror federal law. And I think that is the fundamental problem of the Justice Department's case. The court recognized that problem, harped on that problem again and again, and the Justice Department had no answer. I would point out one other thing, and that is the Justice Department then fell back to their secondary argument, which is that Arizona's law will be upsetting to the leaders of foreign countries, most specifically Mexico. And again, they were pressed. The Solicitor General was pressed to explain why this would somehow preempt a state law. And again, there was no adequate answer. And the bottom line is that the U.S. Justice Department is now arguing that state sovereignty, and indeed United States sovereignty, is subject to the approval of foreign governments. That is unheard of, and that argument will not stand. I'm very confident that argument will not stand when the Supreme Court issues its opinion. And so I thank you for your attention to this issue. I thank the great state of Arizona for writing this law and passing this law. And I now want to bring up my colleague, Russell Pearce, who was the man who really made this happen in the Arizona legislature.
Stand up. I don't know what else could be. I don't know what else. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much. This is a great day for Arizona and a great day for America. You know, I always carry my Constitution. Actually, unlike some, I've read it. I also carry my SB 1070 with it because it is a mere responsibility of this Constitution to enforce the laws of this sovereign nation and the sovereign state of Arizona. What we heard today in the Supreme Court was just awesome. I mean, it was clear. It was clear. The Justice Department was struggling for answers they didn't have, for preemption issues that weren't there, for an excuse not to enforce the laws. It was made clear by a couple of the justices, because of your refusal to enforce the law, that preempts the Arizona. It sounds to me like you don't want to know who's here illegally. It made it very clear. I thought even the liberals thought that their arguments were weak, and that kind of rolled their eyes and sat back in their chair. It was out. I thought that actually, if I was the Obama administration, I'd be a little embarrassed. I thought their arguments were frivolous, while they ignored the damage to this republic, the crime that's going on, the cost, like Judge Scalia and others said, the cost both is a social, economic, and other destructive manners to this republic. The rule of law must be adhered. Now, we're a compassionate people. I don't know of anybody that we hate. This is, illegal is not a race, it's a crime. And I know the left will continue to cast aspersions and call names, and that's always unfortunate. But we know our duty. We know our responsibility to this nation, to those who have fought for freedom and sacrifice, to those founding principles. We will stand strong. We will not retreat. We'll continue to move forward until things get righted in this nation. We will not apologize for demanding our borders be secured and our laws be enforced. And today was a great day and a victory, I'm convinced.